name is Jimmy Shine Falschlaner, and we're here at the Shine Speed Shop in Orange, California. And as you look behind me here, you see our company kind of specializes in all things mechanical, from Porsches to drag vehicles to you name it, we do it. Well, you know, any vehicle is built, you know, your chassis, your suspension, that's the foundation of your vehicle. And both of those together are so very important. I mean, it gets the car down the road, it keeps the traction, keeps it hooked up, also gives, you know, the people, you know, in the car, you know, a pleasant ride. The vehicles that we start here at our shop, the suspension, that is not overlooked, but we have experienced, you know, vehicles coming in that perhaps somebody didn't understand the correct geometry and the importance of good suspension. We deal with cars that are 30, 40, 50, 80 years old. We'll drive it just to see what it does before we change it all up. And, you know, typically they're pretty worn out. You know, suspension, that goes away. Shocks, coils, all of that, it gets tired over time. And then we have to update it. So at first they don't drive so well. Then by the time we get done doing our magic, it's a Cadillac. We recently just did a 1965 C10 gasser truck, and it's going quite fast. It's really evolved from the inception of being an injected gas big block. Now we're on E85, 1471 blown. I think we're making 1,550 horse at the crank right now. And it's an all steel truck, stock chassis, it's been boxed, full roll cage and all that. But as we've been going faster with the car and launching harder and the weight of the vehicle and such, we were kind of at a standstill. We couldn't get the car to hook up. So with all that horsepower and the suspension we had built, we found that the shock setup that we had just was not working right. And so called in Gary and Garrett, and it's like, hey, let's go to the track. We're gonna rent the track. We're gonna see how this thing works. And we learned a lot. I learned a lot that day, you know, with the double adjustable shock, and we could not get that truck down the track. It would just load, unload, it was just all over the place. And so we got our minds together collectively and we solved that problem. What we were doing, we had too hard of a compression and too quick of a rebound, so the truck would snap, suck down, rebound, pop up, and then blow the tires away. We couldn't hook it up. So going to a lighter spring rate, and then again, like I said, easy on the compression, and then really crank up the rebound so it unloads. Matter of fact, after about 4 or 5 hits that day, we made our fastest pass in a 4,000-pound truck. We went 580 in the 8th mile. When we take in vehicles that have old worn out suspension or improperly done, whatever it might be, once we get it all tuned up, done right, got our Aldan coilovers in there, we as technicians drive the vehicles first and tune them to what we think they should be. But it's always fun to have the client come in, go for a ride in their car, and as you're sitting there next to them as they're driving, they just look over and give you that wink and that nod. It's a real good feeling.